Okay, all right. Um, let's just go to file and open, and I'm gonna open a scene here. This is a head model. You can open any head model. Doesn't matter what kind of head model you are loading. You can load a girl, um, or a male or a female. Okay, a boy or a girl. Doesn't matter. Um, or in this case, this is an anime like head. I modeled a while ago, and I'm gonna use the exchange to create some hair for this anime character. Okay, and for any kind of head, the procedure is almost the same. So um, you can pretty much apply almost all the steps um, to your character, and it's very simple. First things first, I usually um, try to when I have a model like that, um, I usually do one thing. Okay, I select the model and press Control D to duplicate it. Okay, so now I have two head models. Okay, you can see. Now we have two, and selecting the original one, I'm gonna Control H to hide it. With the okay, this is the no, I hide, I hit the original one, and I have a copy of my head model. Then I will do one thing. I usually do to usually press on one, okay, to go to the um, first and smooth mode, and gonna make sure you're in the polygon menu set. If you're not, make sure this is the second one in the list, and go to the mesh, and I'm gonna just smooth it. Okay, in the smoothing section, make sure this the subdivision level is 1 and 6 exponentially, and just smooth. Um, then after smoothing by 1, I then start um, selecting the area where the hair grows. Okay, to select that, sometimes if you want to be more accurate, you can apply the smooth twice. Okay, if you want to be very accurate, but as you can see, it takes quite some time, and um, it's not necessary. But if you want to select all these polygons, it will be more accurate to create, for example, um, I'm going to go to right click, go to the face mode, and go to the paint face mode, the paint selection, and then I usually paint it, okay, like that. That's a little bit time consuming, so let's just choose undo. Okay, just one subdivision most of the time is okay, and to get some kind of polygon size like that, then I would usually start selecting the polygons like that, and after selecting, for example, this area, um, I only select half of the face, okay, half of the head, sorry, and after selecting half of the head, I can press on B and increase the brush size. Now you can select this area much faster, and if you selected more than, for example, selected an area like that, you can press Control and then um, paint those area. Then those area will usually um, be unselected, okay, or deselected. Then this is all I want for this area, and then I can select that, and then can control click. After clicking all these area, okay, then let's say this is all I want. It's not accurate, but let's just make it a little bit more accurate. B, let's say it is that, something like that. Then let's call this, just control click to deselect that. Let's just say now it's okay. Now I want to maybe select that, and then present B, and okay. It's a little bit tricky to select those part, but I think it's easier to be deselected. Deselect this part, and okay. So with that, let's say I only want to have hair on this area. Now I'm gonna just go to the select menu and go to inverse selection, which it should be somewhere around here. I can find it. Okay. It's a little bit tricky. Maybe it is here. Select and inverse selection. Just Control Shift I. So select inverse selection. Then after inverting the selection, I just press on delete. I just delete it. All the face, all the model, except for the selected area. Then selecting this guy here, and go to, make sure to go to W to see the gizmo or the manipulator, and press on D and select this. Press on D and middle click to snap it to, sorry, then V to snap it to this vertex. DV, okay. Make sure to press on to these two keys both together. Then press on Control, so press on Control D, and go to the channel box, and in the x-axis make sure to type -1 and select both the parts. Go back to mesh and combine, and then select the vertices, especially on the middle, okay, because if I select this vertex, you can see it's not attached. It's not necessary, but I really like just selecting everything. Then go to the edit mesh, merge component, and with this very low value, maybe it's 0.01, press on merge. Now if I just move this, you can see it's been merged. And if I select this, I can go to normals and can soften the edges, and it looks okay to me. Now after this, I can say this is, can call this the hair base. Okay, sorry, just make sure to double click on it. Hair base mesh. So this is the hair base mesh, and you can select the hair, the head, and then go to display, show me the selection. Okay, now this is what I have now. Okay, so this is the procedure of creating the base for the hair, and usually it's not renderable, so I always make this not renderable. So in the render stats, I make this in fact in the object fields I usually like to not be renderable, so the primary visibility is off, okay, and if I want to be invisible in the viewport also I can turn the visibility off here. So but I want to see it in the viewport, so let's turn this on, but in the primary visibility is off. So if I just move this side, let's say that if I go to the rendering, as you can see here, nothing can be seen. Okay, amazing. Okay, so I'll just choose undo, and this is what I have, the hair base mesh. And what else? Okay, after that I would like to start creating the hair. Okay, now I have the base for the hair and I'm gonna start making the hair. For now, let's just select this. So let's just select anything, just deselect everything and go to the this section here, the 4 views, and if we're going to the 4 views, let's just go to create and NURBS cylinder, just create a NURBS cylinder like that, and go to the parameters, maybe 1 span or 2 will be okay, and I'm going to select the top and the bottom caps and just delete them. Okay, and in the front view I'm gonna select this and right click, go to control points, I'm gonna rotate it just like that and like that. So after rotating all these like this, okay, then maybe something like that, and because after all I will reshape everything later on, then selecting after selecting all these, and the most important part is just I'm just trying to move where I want to have the guides for the hair. So I just want to have it in this area and in this area, maybe this area, and maybe in the top view. Okay, maybe select everything and move it to here, somewhere like that, maybe moving this and scaling it and moving this like that. Okay, then if I go to the perspective, it looks okay, really okay. Then this is the base for maybe select this. I'm really not happy with this part. It's 3 like this, then move this down like that. Okay, maybe we can right click, go to hole and making this more expanded. Okay, to the hole. Okay, so this very you can make it cover all those areas. Okay, it's very simple. And after that, okay, I'm happy with that. Now I'm not trying to create a perfect shape. Maybe it's a little bit intersecting, which I'm really not happy with this. So let's select this whole. I'll just hide the grid. Gonna select this whole. Yes, found it. And okay. Amazing. Perfect. Okay, so let's say we have this and go to the outliner. Gonna select the hair base and go to exchange, create description, placing shaping guides. Let's call this hair collection, hair description, sorry. And this is the hair collection. And after that, I just choose create. Okay. Now we've got the hair collection, and inside that we have hair description. We can use a couple of things. We can use tip grooming, or we can use the utilities. My favorite is the utility. So select this guy here, and let's surface to canvas. You choose U, because I'm trying to convert the U isoparams into guides. And let's choose how many, maybe 20 is a little bit too much, maybe 10, and choose create curves. Now I've created all these curves. I just select the nearest surface and choose height. Now I've got all these curves as the base for my guides. Okay, and if I select all these curves, I'm just gonna convert all these curves into guides. So to do so, let's just go to curves to guides, everything at default, but make sure don't delete the curves. I want to have them as a reference, and with the snapping of 1 and 1, so it will be perfectly snapping to the to this based on this, but choosing the surface. Okay, I mean detaching the surface on the one side and trying to be exactly on the same position at the end of this curves. So the default is perfect, so just choose add guides. Oh my god, okay. These curves are not facing the right direction, so now this part has been considered the 0 and this is the 1, so you can see the 1 is snapping to it but attaching this. So I just want to start from this and not from that one, the guide to start from this end. So to do so, it is very simple. All you need to do, just choose, select all these guides, maybe deleting them for now. Then it's time to select the curves, maybe one by one. Okay, this is the curves I have. This is the first one, and let's go to the surface, edit curves, and reverse curve direction. Yes, this is the reverse curve direction. Click on it. Okay, and if I just select the second one, press on G, third one G, like that. Okay, so I'm just reversing one by one, and after reversing all these, if I select all the curves, then curves to guide, don't delete it, choose convert. Now I have got all these guides, okay, which is amazing. Okay, really good. the next thing we can do, just select all these curves, choose Control S to hide them, or you can go to the channel box layer editor and create a packaging grouping layer. You can just create a hidden layer and call this hidden, and actually do that. So to be a little bit more organized, I'm selecting maybe this guy here, right click, choose add select to this layer, then hide it, and this nearby surface, right click, choose add select auto to this. And after that, okay, now we can start shaping these guides. Right click, go to guide control points, then you can start shaping it. And if you have a problem like that, which I haven't, I'm having a really hard time selecting it. All you need to do now, just go to File, Save Scene As, maybe you can call it any name. Let's call it 1.1, something like that for now, and choose Save. And if I open this save file, which was 1.1, it looks like this has not been saved. Let's go back to this file. Let's call this temp, something like that, temp file. Just save as, and if I go to open, we have a temp file.ma. Choose open this. Okay, let's go to the Exchange, hide it, and if I select this guy here, right click on control point, now I can move this around. So just save it and open it again, it will fix that problem. Okay, now we can just start shaping it, and after spending a few minutes, actually I like to shape this at the right. So just do that, the right view, and maybe this and this. Okay, then we can select this one. Okay, and if you want to have more control points, then right click it and go to the primitives to rebuild, just 10. Okay, now we have 10, and we can make really detailed shapes, or you can rebuild it anytime. Let's just change it to something like 6. Now, okay, this is much faster to do that. I'm not gonna reshape all these. Let's just say this is what I want. Okay, then let's just say this is it. Go to the back view, right click, and move this and this like that. Okay, if you are happy with any of these guides, select that guide and mirror it. It will be mirrored to the other side. And let's say we've finished shaping all these guides. Then I'm gonna select all the guides, then converting the guides to curves this time. Can even delete the guides. I usually like to delete them. Then now I created the curves, and select this, is go to display, show me the selection. Okay, and go this way, this appear again. As you can see, I've got all these curves. Now just Control H to hide that. So now I've got all let's say I've got all the required curves, but one thing I wanted to tell you, which I always get that problem um when mirroring the guide. Let's say if I have, let's just say I have all these curves, and I'm gonna select all these curves including this one, and I'm really happy with that. Let's just say I'm gonna convert all these curves to guides. Let's just delete the curves for now, and if I just show me the primitives, I have got all these primitives. Let's hide the primitives for now, and if I just mirror it to the other side, now I've got this, and if I just show this, for now it doesn't look I have that problem, but most of the time when I mirror the guide to the other side, I get it, as you can see here, even now I got a different result. Okay, the result is not, it's a little bit different, but sometimes I get perfectly different results. To save to fix that, to get an identical guides, the best thing is, I believe, is let's hide this, and just and I usually do this mirroring. Okay, then I select all the guides and converting these guides to curves, and I'm gonna delete the guides. Now I have got all these curves, and then I'm gonna maybe deleting this collection, hair collection, and creating a new one. Okay, just delete this hair collection, and no, I have no hair, no this hair collection or description is seen, and I'm gonna select the hair base and go create new description with everything at the default. Let's just leave the name as it is, just create, and with that, I'm still gonna select all the curves, then going to curves to guides, and can delete the curves or keeping the curves. I usually like to keep the curves for reference. Then now I've got all the guides, and if I just use that, for now it doesn't look so much different from the previous one, but believe me, most of the time I get that error, and always it can be this technique always helps. Okay, perfect. And if you have any intersections, you can play with the guides to remove these. Okay, for example, I'll just rotate this a little bit. I just refresh it, see this appear, and moving this guy upward and refresh it, disappear, and like that. Okay, now just fix it. Amazing. You can find the right guide and rotate a little bit. This intersection will usually disappear. Let's say after all these, usually sometimes I add, if you don't have it enough, you can add as many as you want, and you can start shaping it. And anytime you can convert to curves and play with the curve if you like. And I have a scene which I finished. I open 0.2 or 2, sorry. I finished this. I selected, as you can see, I already selected this hair base and already finished with the curves. These are all curves, and also mirror it. It looks okay to me. Now if I select the hair base outliner, this is the I haven't renamed it yet, but this is the hair base, and go to the quick description and just placing shaping guides. With that, we can go to the utilities, select all this curves if I can find it. Okay, this is all the curves in this group, and okay, let's delete that collection. And this is this. Okay, these are all the curves, and I'm gonna convert all these curves into guides. So not all these curves, maybe just this one. Okay, but just okay, I have two versions of the curves, one with the very we can say very fair kind. This one is a little bit fluffy. Okay, let's just select this one, and let's just go to curves to guides. Then I'm gonna delete the curves, choose add guides, and if I just let me just see, you can see I've got the hair for the character, and it's a little bit overlapping. Yes, a little bit overlapping, and which is very simple to fix if I just rotate it a little bit. So it's not responsible for that one. Maybe this is okay. Alright, amazing. And then you can do the same here. Rotate it, then rotate it like that. A little bit more. Okay. Okay, amazing. And after that, okay, after that, I usually like to do a few things in the primitive section. Let's just change the percentage to something like 50%. Okay, just want to see 50% of the hair. Just refresh it, and let's just change the density to something like 50. Okay, it already looks nice. And in the width, I'm gonna change it to 0.02. This is my value for hair, which makes the hair really realistic. And my value for this is for a length like that. Usually 40 is okay. Okay. And if you think you have a problem with that, you can always move it upwards more, and I'm sure that can help in fixing it. Okay, and amazing. You can I'm just always changing this to 0, the taper, and the taper start to 0.75. Okay, then that's enough for this part. And for the preview, we'll just make it mid-gray, just for preview section, and make sure it's in mental ray. And what else? Here, let's just leave. Okay, make sure the bound is not 1. Let's click on auto bound as 10.89. Okay, to render all the length. So this is very important. And let's go to the modifiers. I usually apply the first one is the clumping. I always apply clumping first. And we're with this kind of hair. Okay, I'll go for guide, choose save, and as you can see, it's already very nice. But with one is it's a little too much, so just 0.5. It is really nice. You can see we have got 35% of that at the end, which is really nice. And let's just apply one more clumping. This one I call this detail clumping. Usually call this maybe with 4 or 5, something like that. Generate and choose save, and let's just also apply 0.75. and see, it divides the hair. And what else? Okay, I would like to apply a curling effect. This is a curling effect. Okay, and it already looks nice, but one is really too much. Maybe 0.5 with a radius of 0.5, or maybe changing this to 1.5. Okay, 1.5 is really amazing. And if you think it is really clumsy, you can change it to 1 or maybe 0.5, but doesn't look so much amazing at 0.5. But just change it to 1.5. Okay, or maybe at only 1, something like that. And one more thing is I would like to apply a noise. And with the noise, with the magnitude is, let's just say 0.5, and with the frequency also 0.5. So I just don't want to have very noisy. And what else? Okay, cut. Okay, I always like to apply a cut and makes the hair a bit more realistic. And in the amount, let's change this from 0.2 to 1. Okay, so give some randomness in the length of the hair by 1, and it looks nice to me now. Okay, it really looks okay to me, and it's time for some material. Okay, in applying some material, you can see it really looks great. To apply some material to this, let's just select the collection. This is the collection. Go to the window, rendering hypershade, and I'm gonna apply a Lambert. So select the collection, apply this Lambert to it, and double click on this Lambert in the color. Go to the mental ray and exchange. Let's find exchange a little bit quickly. If I can find it, this is exchange hair phenomena, and in the if this is the color is white, so let's just change the color to, let's go back to exchange again. Okay, this is the exchange part, and I like to change it to root to tip color blend, and in the roots I would like to make it a bright, maybe a bright brown, or maybe red, any color you like. Let's choose brown, and for in fact a dark brown for the root is better, and for the same color but with the brighter value. Okay, for the tip, and can set the collection again, make sure this selected and apply to this hair collection, this material. Now we've got the material, and if I give it a quick render, let's see what we have. Okay, don't have much here. Okay, it looks like this guy has a problem. Let's see what's the problem is. We'll go to the preview section. Okay, let's see what the problem is. I just go and render it from this part. Okay, now looks amazing from this point of view. I have no idea why we had that problem before, and let's fix it. Okay, the point is to fix it, and it looks amazing. It's already amazing, and let's apply some lighting to it. For the lighting, but let's very quickly apply physical sun and sky, and let's go to here. And to fix some shadow problems, I would like to change the quality to maybe 0.5. This is only test render, and let's just go here and let's give it a quick render. Okay, let's see. It looks amazing from the first pass, which is the final gathering pass, and I can call this done, and let's see the final result for the rendering of the image started. And from this look, I'm really happy about it. It's a little bit too thick. You can make it a little bit thinner. I mean, to reduce the quantity of the hair. It's very thick hair. You can make it a little bit shallower, or you can go with that and change the color of the hair. You can do whatever you want, but the result is realistic and is amazing. And the beauty of this is also very very fast in terms of rendering with that quality, and very accurate. Okay, now the rendering finished, and the hair for that character. I just save this one, and let's give it another render, maybe this time from this side. Okay, maybe from the side, and maybe from the side. Maybe this side is better. And with that hair color, I'll just give it another quick render. Okay, and I'm really happy about the results. As you can see, rotating this makes a little bit darker in color for the hair, but when the image rendered, it's not that dark, but it's okay. And the hair starts to show up in the render view, and it looks amazing. Okay, and it's really fast. This is the beauty of this, and it's fully supported in Mentor. You can see I intentionally applied the sun and sky. As you can see, it really works well with Mentor, even with the irregular illumination. So you can see this is from the side, this is from the back, and it is really amazing. And I'm really happy about that. You can see it is very realistic in this part, and I can barely call this CG. It is very realistic, and it is very quickly done. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Thank you.